Hello, welcome to the Chesapeake Today Show. It's your Executive Director, David Loop.
And Candace Montgomery, Director of Life Enrichment.
Candace, we have rolled into August.
I know. How's it possible?
Yeah.
It's
Just,
flying by.
I continue to wrestle with, oh my gosh, when am I planning ahead? What am I thinking about? I even had a conversation with my sisters about holidays.
Oh yeah, it's that
And, you
time.
know, it's like you start thinking of all that, but, you know, there's just been so many other wonderful things happening around, and boy, I would love to hear more about that wonderful effort of last week with those backpacks.
Oh my gosh, I have been in school supply land. I think my office has smelled like pencils and notebooks, which I love. I adore that. As soon as the stores have school supplies out, I have to roam the aisles. My husband thinks I'm crazy.
Erasers come to mind. See, now, I don't know if you ever had that. See, I had the erasers that were fairly
like,
big, and they
the
were
block.
angled on each time, and I'd
Yeah.
put like tacks on each side and make it like a little car. So you put two tacks, and the eraser. So, yeah, that's where my head was. But
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to
yeah,
make it fun.
yeah.
I know.
But those erasers, oh.
And these days they have so many, well, one, kids don't need as many things that I remember buying, the rulers, protractor, all the things. They don't need any of that stuff because it's on the computer, which I think there's probably pros and cons to
Yeah.
that. But the school supply list has gotten shorter over time, which is
So now,
interesting.
an important question, are crayons still there?
Crayons are still an essential.
Because I can smell the box right now.
Yes,
You
it's
open
that
up
distinct
crayons.
smell.
What? I can't. Oh my gosh. I remember the first time I got the 64.
Oh man.
Because it was like too
That's
expensive.
serious.
We can't do that. I would get the 32s or the 16s because that's all the crayons that we could get.
Yeah.
And I got that 64, and it had a sharpener in the
The
back of the
sharpener
box.
in the back. They still make that?
That was
It's
like.
been a while since I've seen that in the store.
Ooh, residents, you'll know that one. I'm talking to the,
That was
I'm talking to the
everything in
teachers in
one.
the classroom here.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh! And then it's like I had to pull out each one. I'm like, well, what color is that? What color is that?
Right.
And you had to start figuring out. I was like,
the
okay.
different
And then
names.
what was my favorite color? And I always felt bad for the colors I never used.
Right, they just sat there.
And then of course the reds and et cetera. It's like you
right,
halfway down.
wear them down. Oh my
Crayons.
gosh. Yeah,
That-
crayons I think will forever be a staple.
And then the other thing, back to my day, we used to have it like a paste. Even before Elmer's glue, there was this stuff like a paste, and it had a little thing in it, and you'd paste it,
stopper.
and you could paste papers together. It literally was.
Isn't it
Resin, though, you don't
the
know.
glue sticks? That wasn't happening then?
Paste was first. And I don't know if it, and resins, that's trivia. What was it called?
No, I've seen what you're talking about. It's like it almost looks like a dropper kind of jar.
Yeah, honestly, the stuff went on almost like wallpaper paste.
Oh,
It-
yeah,
it was
okay.
that, and you could stuff,
was
and it was before
thick.
glue. But yeah, so, ooh, of yesteryear. And then having, I remember, I still have my my little thing with the zipper on it that I
yeah,
cups.
like pencil
I'm a
pouch.
pack rat at home. It's got compasses, etc. In the later years,
Yeah.
I used my one from elementary, and I put my drawing tools in it for a drafting class I took.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, just all
It's
these
cool to
memories.
keep some of those things because, I mean, like I said, today they have them in the school supply section, but it's a how the schools list it now is good to have at home, but it's not a requirement. So
Okay.
because everything is on the computer, so it's kind of like they're teaching them both ways, but it's not required for actual class time use. It's like homework use.
So my question to you, in your history, was there a Barbie lunchbox?
Oh my gosh, I'm sure I had a Barbie lunchbox at some point. That was my favorite thing to do. New school supplies. I wanted my backpack to match my lunchbox. Get the little locker things that you could decorate your locker. The best. And now kids have to do the clear backpacks. You know, Clint doesn't know the difference,
yeah.
but he gets to pick out a fun lunchbox, but not the backpack.
Oh, I
Makes
think
me sad.
there's even times when kids, one of the first things they do is like they would decorate and label their like school box,
Oh,
whatever.
yes, put your name on things.
And you
Oh,
sort of that, and
I
that
love
had
that.
your supplies. All right, so my two lunch boxes still have when it's probably on video. I probably said
Probably.
this one before, so this could be an archived piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in my man cave at home. Is my Green Hornet lunchbox.
Oh, Green Hornet. Okay.
And with those, of course, they had the little wire bar that kept the thermos in place.
Oh, I see.
Well, of course,
Okay.
my thermos probably was cracked
Yeah.
long ago, probably the first week I used it. And I have my oldest one from first grade was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon called Adam Ant. and I
Interesting.
have my Adam Ant lunchbox.
Wow.
Two of
That's
them.
neat. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So
It's fun to keep stuff like that.
yeah, so
Things you don't see.
I hope we've taken you down a little bit of a journey as we're preparing our current team members, family members for school.
Yes.
So amazing amount of donations.
Oh my gosh, almost $3,000.
$3,000, 75 backpacks.
Yeah, actually 79. So we had a few slip in because I had a few
Okay.
extras towards the end. So I had a few people say
So
they
that's,
need.
you know, if I'm doing my math, that's a significant amount
Oh my gosh.
per.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
So
was
really
great.
well equipped. You had good volunteers.
Oh my goodness. When I tell you they were finished in 30 minutes, I mean, we had almost 20 volunteers. And they were just, I mean, we had everything labeled in there. We had some folks join us from memory care helping. They were just really efficient, which was great.
And God bless you, because I remember the first year, Vera and I were doing it, and I remember a couple beloved residents helping us, and it took end up 2 trips to the store, and we got it together. But back then we had, you know, different colors of backpacks, and we could do
Oh, right. I do
different.
remember that. Yeah.
And
That makes it hard.
yeah, now that you have it systemized, way to go.
Thank you.
Neat.
I can remember the first year that I came, when I came, Heather had just left, but she had done all the ordering. So that was a tricky year of coming in on someone else who had purchased things.
Yeah.
So I said that year was a little bumpy, but now we're in a good spot to be able to keep it going. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. Well, neat project, wonderful, good news.
Yes.
So
it's
that was last
exciting.
week.
It was, which is only a few weeks. The school starts for most folks on the 26th, so
Yeah.
it's just 2 weeks away.
We had last week as well, some rainy days, and I guess our first little hint of tropical storms.
Right.
And let's hope they're fewer and far between, but they still will be in front of us. So everything is very green. Got some new garbage cans out last week on campus.
Oh, I was
So
pleased
a little
to see
addition.
that. So wait, that hasn't been there before.
Yeah. Roofing projects on hold a little bit during that rain, but back as quick as they can. But that's progressing, and
It's good
yeah.
stuff.
And again, I will say this repeatedly. When I go around and I see the results of the power washing, the acid washing, and the tuck pointing, the way it's making the stone look is just stunning. Just really has brought it back to its original condition. And I know that you all were very helpful to us, and thank you for moving some things off and on, and it took longer because of the rains. Apologize, no one had anything damaged. I know there's some concerns with some plants and some other things, but it was the right thing. It needed to be done, and it just wasn't a perfect way of handling it other than what we attempted to do. So,
Yeah. I wonder how often is something like that? Should that be done on a building of this size?
well, you know, I think what I would just offer is, boy, maybe it is like a 10-year period, not a 24-year period.
Right. Yeah.
Because in 10 years' time, and again, I think we're just going to, I hope we'll all remember and be a little bit more quick to, like, you know, it's around time.
Yeah,
And I think we're
that'd be
still
wonderful.
going to discuss further with this vendor, given us a price, which is a steep price, but they can help us remove rust from the sidewalks and buildings. And we may want to buy a soft chunk we can afford and let them go after certain areas where we now redirected the sprinkler head, so we're not going to have the rust build up. But you know, there's just some areas that could look much better.
Sure.
So,
That's exciting.
anyways, things happening. So, and again, just chatting about. So those are some
Sure.
things. We're going to move into the week, or where's your next topic?
Yeah, we can go ahead and hit the highlights from this week that we're in now. So, hitting with Monday, we've got Motivational Monday.
Okay.
So this event is a little bit unique and different from what we've done in the past. So this day in particular is National Relaxation Day. You know, they've got national days for everything, National Rubber Duck Day, whatever. And I think it's needed. I think it's a good time for us to have just kind of a moment to relax and connect with people. So I think it's the perfect time. So from 11 to 2, we've extended this one a little bit. So you've got 11:30 to 12, we're going to have a children's group come in and do kind of some soft recital music that is very relaxing. So we'll have violin, piano, all kinds of things. which
That
is good.
sounds like what is it, an oxymoron or whatever you call it?
I know, quiet with
With kids? All right. Seeing is
typically,
believing.
yes.
Seeing is believing, but
It'll be cute either way,
Yeah.
but it'll be calming music. It may not be perfect, but I think it'll provide some enjoyment for sure. So they'll be doing one song at the beginning, and then they'll be coming and taking part in the activities. So we'll have tables set up with different things, board games, some kind of relaxation things like mindfulness coloring, puzzles. We'll have different tables with different things. And also a DIY yogurt bar with all kinds of different toppings, some relaxation tea, different educational things as well. And then after about an hour, they'll do one more song. And then we'll also have our folks joining us from the Newport News Police Department. So these are their new recruits, folks who are wanting to really, this whole week, they're engaging with the community in different ways.
Great.
So they're hitting senior living. With this opportunity, we're getting the whole intergenerational spectrum. So they're really excited about that. And they're just coming and taking part. They don't, want to impose on anything. They just want to come and have conversations. So I'm really excited that Monica, our connection with the police department, thought of us first. And she had suggested just plug us into any activity you have. And I said, well, this is perfect timing because you'll be able to kind of cross two things off your list of hitting the senior adults and the younger folks. So very excited about that.
Cool.
It's going to be unique. So that's Monday. And then Tuesday, we have our second volunteer opportunity with the YMCA Bright Beginnings program. So this is the shopping buddy one. Last week, we went to the YMCA office, and I did not realize how close that was to us, really just right down the street. And that was fun. They had, similar to how we do here, everything kind of lined up, and you keep your assembly line. But I think the residents really enjoyed going to the office and just learning a little bit more about the work they're doing in the community. And how many backpacks they provide overall is thousands upon thousands. But this opportunity will be going to Kohl's to assist the children with making smart financial decisions with back to school clothing. So we've had a lot of questions about this. Residents aren't really sure how much guidance they should or shouldn't give. And it's really just simple conversations. It's just being that friendly face who they feel like they can ask those questions to, and you give a little guidance. So we're excited for that. It should be interesting. So that's leaving at 8:30 a.m. from the Hampton entrance. And then 9:30 a.m. we have a trip to the Virginia Museum of History and Culture, which is in Richmond, leaving from the Hampton entrance. And then Wednesday, we have a trip to Woodville Rosenwald School, which I believe is in Gloucester. Hopefully I'm correct on that. 10 a.m. from the Hampton entrance, which I believe these two are connected. So things that they're going to be learning on Tuesday, they'll actually be going to the school on the 14th, which is kind of neat to follow up and really keep that knowledge from Tuesday to Wednesday. And then wine club dinner.
Yeah.
Interested to see what their theme will be
Yeah.
this time, because wasn't it this time last year they did the back to school night where
you're
Julian put the school tray lunch
That's right.
together?
That's right.
I wonder if they'll do that this month with back to school or save it for September. That'll be interesting. It's always fun to see what they come up with. And then Thursday is Iron Chef.
Very exciting.
Really excited about that.
So two of our culinarians, two of our cooks,
Yes.
matched up with some residents.
Matched up with some residents, and we've got an interesting group of residents this time, and I think it's going to be hilarious. The back and forth banter. So really can't wait to see that. And we're maxed out as well. This year, I'm really excited because we've reserved a table for our hot leads with Chesapeake Club. So those folks who are really want to move in really soon, they're going to be taking part as well. So we've got about 6 of those. So excited about that. For them to really taste an event like this that really sees everyone's personalities come together. So I'm looking forward to that. And then 7 p.m. we have York River Concert Band in the Chesapeake Room. And the 16th, this will be a good one too, walking tour of historic Hilton Village. So leaving at 9 a.m. from the Hampton entrance. I know they're going to be hitting, well, there's so many things you can see right there in Hilton Village. There's some historical things, some shops, and I believe they're doing lunch at Bird Girl Bottle Shop. Have you been there yet?
I have not.
It's a pizza place. It's really good.
Okay.
So it'll be a nice fitness-related trip because it's going to be some walking involved. So hopefully folks are excited about that. And then Saturday we have a lunch and learn at the Alawite Museum, learning about Smithfield's disastrous 1921 wharf fire. So kind of the history of the wharf hill and all those connections. So 1 p.m. from the Hampton entrance.
Very cool. Busy week.
Busy week,
Some
I
good
know.
stuff.
Yeah,
Very
good
exciting.
variety.
Good. Well, I know resident council will be meeting this coming week,
right.
and Thursday of the week, and that will be important. So very nice. So other things, just try and back around campus, just we'll all keep an eye out, and good work happening with the roofs, and the renovations are proceeding, and we'll give you more updates on that in town hall. So that's all happening.
Yeah.
And one of the things we had some conversation on even before we started the video with you, and that is, just really trying to continue to help and find out, how is this program meaningful to you? What's our purpose of doing this? And what would you like to see us do and change? So I think you had conducted a survey.
We did with the last connection. So each connection that we put in the Cubbies had a short survey, about 6 or 8 questions. Really trying to get the pulse of, does the time work for you? What we've been currently offering, and some ideas of things that we have. What do you want to see? A lot of feedback, and also how often. A lot of feedback was on the resident and team member interviews. Folks really like to see those, especially introducing new residents, new team members, special highlights. Community projects is a big one, because there's so many things that are always going on around campus that maybe it's Andy giving that update on the roof, or even your updates on the roof, contractors, things like that. And then the time was a big thing that a lot of people said they just aren't watching TV during the day. So we're going to explore and see about switching up the time, perhaps early morning and a later evening, maybe after they've had dinner and they want to go back and see what's happening around the community. But a lot of good ideas out there. I think we just are going to take an approach of kind of rejuvenating Chesapeake Today Show. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the future will hold.
Well, and again, I think we want to hit that, that best, use the term sweet spot, that we're giving you some content information of helpful, that you're getting individuals, not just perhaps me, or you do a great job, but getting the right folks that are with the interviews. The timing, the frequency. So I think it was a great just opening to this discussion to occur, and just let's continue to evolve. And again, I'll put the plug back out there. We've said it before, and I'll say it again. If any resident would ever like to participate, help us with interviews. The equipment that we have is I think very simple to use. It's pretty efficient. One of the things that you have to tell your neighbors about is we've really become pretty accurate in the complete production. Hopefully you're hearing us well, you're seeing us, we're able to push the content reliably back over the in-house channel. So those are some things that, early on we had some hiccups. But knowing it's easy to use, knowing that a volunteer would help us, all things possible.
I would love to see that, because I know there's so many residents who would be great and their personalities would really shine, but it's just a matter of bringing them out of their comfort zone a little bit, I think. So awesome. Hopefully we can get some folks interested in that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So that's just a little lead in to much more to come, but just thank you for those completing the survey, and want to continue to work through that.
Definitely. And if folks think of any ideas, maybe someone, obviously not everyone completed the survey, so if you've got some feedback, let us know. We want to hear that. Things we can try. Yeah.
Well, I know through Town Hall and through the duration of August, we have several new residents moving in, so get prepared to welcome them.
Yes, most definitely.
A lot of good things throughout the campus, and probably in a week or so, we'll probably on this show be able to announce really exciting things that are happening through the generosity of residents. And just extremely pleased with where we're heading, and some people stepping in and saying, here's what I'd like to do, here's how I'd like to help, I'd like to see this happen. And it's just going to be exciting to talk us through and give you some updates very soon.
Awesome. We've got so many exciting things happening around the campus that'll really, I think, take us through the end of the year. So it's exciting.
It will.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you joining us today. I'll go ahead and sign off and say until next time.
See ya.